everybody. Welcome to the January 2015 Member of the Month interview for My Lead System Pro. My name is Patricia Sweeney. I'm an L4 leader and MMT member here at My Lead System Pro, and it is really my privilege and honor to say not only congratulations to our Mr. January 2015 Member of the Month, but also welcome to your interview, sir.
Hey Patricia, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited to share my knowledge and contribute to MLSP community. I'm super grateful to you, to your leadership. You've really done a great job at inspiring so many people, and I'm also thankful for everybody in MLSP, Brian Finale, Jim Finale, and Todd Schlomer, and all the team in MLSP, because I know they're working pretty hard to change other people's lives. So I'm super grateful to be here right now.
Awesome, awesome. And it takes a team, right? And I think that's one of the things I definitely figured out when I got online after a while. Sometimes we kind of hide behind our computers and
Right.
feel like we're in our own world, but when you engage and connect with the right people, man, magic happens. So, Mr. Vitaliy Dubinin, all the way from Israel. It was really fun hanging out with you and meeting you at our last Live the Dream event, which was in Austin, Texas, this past September. And, it was fun because I think after you left that event, everyone absolutely knew who you were. You made an awesome impression. You were such a go-getter. You did so many cool interviews. And I remember after the Monday intensive, we had a dinner for everyone who trained there. And we mentioned you. We were like, oh, yeah, I met the Vitaliy guy. He's on fire. It was cool. It was fun because really everyone there was like, they were like, yeah, he did this and he did that. And so, that's the kind of thing that when that happens, that you're making an impact. And we definitely all knew that you were someone to kind of keep our eye on. The reason, for those of you that are watching, if you're not familiar with who and what My Lead System Pro is, we are the #1 attraction marketing platform on the internet. We essentially allow home-based business owners and even now offline business owners and just all kinds of if you have a business and you want to market it on the internet, then this is the place to be. We really train people to do what they need to do to utilize the power of the internet to grow their business. But more importantly, My Lead System Pro really is an incubator for leaders in the industry. Over the last, what's been 5, 6 years, something like that,
Yeah.
or has it been 8? I don't know, I forget. But either way, over our even relatively short lifespan, we have had over 100,000 members come through our doors, and the success stories that have spun off of the people that have come through here and made My Lead System Pro the foundation of their business is so inspiring and so amazing. I'm talking 6, 7, and 8-figure earners. You don't get to that level of business without having impacted positively a lot of other people. And that's what we do here. That's our mission, is to grow the leaders for tomorrow. And we do these Member of the Month interviews because we really want to recognize the up and coming superstars and leadership inside of our community, because you might not be MMT yet, or you may not be at L6 or L7, but you have to hit L1 and L2 and L3 and L4 and do what's required to get to those places. And we want this to be your moment to shine, and so other people can be inspired by what you're doing. So without further ado, tell us a little bit about yourself, Vitaliy. Sort of how did you tell us a little bit about your story up until the point where you came to Live the Dream 5?
All right, cool. But first of all, I want to say that it was my pleasure meeting you at Live Gym 5 too. I came there and I met so many cool people and totally transformed my life. And I was L0 when I came to Live Gym 5, and just a couple months later, I'm L2 and soon L3. So my story really starts around 4 years ago or so, when back then, 4 years ago, I was kind of first introduced into home-based business industry. I was jumping from one company to the next, and I was really not knowing what I was doing at all. I didn't know how to market myself, my company, or anything like that. So I first introduced to My Lead System Pro by David Wood, actually, and I got inspired and I liked everything about it, and I tried to make it work for a couple of months. But with all that, happened in my life, I mean, I was not yet there in terms of ready to step into the leadership role, and my mindset was not strong enough. And I was just getting married, and I had my first daughter born, and everybody in our family, they are like engineers, and they're like, you need to get a job, you need to go and study at the university and get yourself a degree, get real men, stop chasing rainbows. And all of this pressure around me, and the lack of results that I had, caused me to kind of move away and step out of internet marketing, home-based business altogether for whole 4 years. And the next 4 years of my life was kind of boring. I was studying at the university, being a student, and getting my finance and management degree, and I was working at all sorts of low-paying, boring jobs, soul-crushing jobs that I absolutely hated. I mean, I was an ESL teacher, and I love to teach. I love to teach English, but it was just not the level of fulfillment that I felt inside. And being a bank teller, counting money and doing repetitive stuff every day, and from working at the factory, or for taking around environmental issues, or so many different jobs. And because I was a student of personal development, but at the time I was just like addicted to personal development since I found it. Uh, I was blessed to get to know so many great mentors and learn from, like Tony Robbins and Brendon Burchard and Darren Hardy and Joe Vitaliy and John Astroff and Jack Canfield and T. Harv Eker and Brian Tracy. And there are so many people that I've knew that I had so much potential inside of me. They kept telling me, you need to think bigger, you need to dream bigger, you need to do something with your life. And I kept listening to that I have the power to do that. And I was being pushed into, I have this vision that I want to speak on stages, kind of like Tony Robbins does, and I want to impact other people's lives. And that kind of kept pushing me into getting back on in this area, but it didn't happen this way. Just like that, I first, started searching how to make money online because that's what I was started doing back in the beginning of 2014. And when I came across a company that I started learning internet marketing from, and there was literally a point, I remember it vividly, at the beginning of April this year. Not this year, in 2014, right? And I was sitting in my office because I was like, I rented this little office to stay away from family so that my kids will not interrupt me. I have two kids, 5-year-old daughter and 2-year-old son. So I rent this office to start to focus on that, and I had these papers due to finish my degree, last 2 courses that I need to do to finish my 4 years of that I put in the university. And at that point, I made a decision that really changed everything for me. At that point, I called my mom and I said to her, listen, I'm going to commit to master internet marketing, no matter how long it takes, no matter what it takes, and I'm not going to spend even one more minute on studying the courses, because I knew that I what was awaiting for me after graduation, get a job and be an employee, and I wanted to be an entrepreneur inside of me. I want to impact thousands of people's lives all around the world. I knew that I have the potential to do that. So that's what I said to her. I put it aside, all of my textbooks. I never touched them again. Never called the university, never did anything with that. So I just kind of burned the bridges, put it behind me, and moved forward. And since that moment, I started diving deep into internet marketing, and not all was rosy, of course. When I first started, I was losing money left and right. I was not focused. I was scattered. I was being pulled by 50 different directions, following too many people. No plan, no strategy. I had no skills, no technical skills, how to build websites and stuff like that, or how to market or anything like that. I was just starting from scratch, and I found a mentor, which is Zach Crawford. I believe he was a member of the month a couple of years ago, and he recommended me to check out MLSP. And I remembered, 4 years ago, that's exactly what I stumbled across, MLSP. Now it all comes back, and I'm glad that I found it again. And this time, I was serious. I was committed. I started going through the training, started watching the webinars, and started really, I didn't have the issue of, I'm not going to invest money in myself or in my business because I don't necessarily have the money in the bank. I found a way to do it anyway. I had the money or I didn't have the money. I invested in myself. And looking back at it, I found that this was a great decision. Anytime I invested in myself, anytime I bought a course, anytime I went to a live event, it all comes back 30 times over. Just like all my great mentors were telling me, like Brian Tracy, if you invest in yourself, it will come back 30 times over to you. And he's right. He's right. When you add value to yourself, when you become more valuable to the world, and this is the only way to grow a business, really, when you become a value creator and you not just solving problems for people just like everybody else, but you are way above and beyond the competition by innovating, by adding unique value, by being yourself. Really, what really makes us different and differentiate ourselves is our experience, our story, our perspective. So those are the things when you start investing in yourself, and you start understanding that you are here in the business of changing other people's lives. And we are here to inspire. We are here to transform. We are here to really make a difference. And when it all clicked to me in terms of me being motivated and being clear on what I wanted and why I wanted it, which was way above and beyond just my needs, just taking care of myself and my family, and my desire to take more vacations or maybe have a better house or a car. It was not about that. My why was much bigger than that, because I wanted to help other people. What brings me more joy and happiness and fulfillment is really seeing other people when I help them really change their lives and have different and take back their freedom again in life. Take back the control of their life. So that's kind of became my purpose and my mission, to help other home business entrepreneurs to take back their freedom in life. And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about freedom. So I decided to go to Live the Dream 5, right? And met so many cool people there. I met Brian Finale. I interviewed him I remember the first VIP party, right? Among all of those people, I just grabbed him by the side and interviewed him, and then I interviewed a lot more people, and I was lucky enough to come up on stage back there, interview Mike Diller too. This was total surprise for me. And Brian Finale called me and said, "Well, somebody couldn't come, so go, Vitaliy, and go go on stage." And it was like people thought that it was prepared or something, but not. I came there and I just being spontaneous in the moment like that. But stuff like magic like that happens. I was sitting in the airplane and watching at Live the Dream 1, somebody interviews Mike Dillard, and then I'm sitting in the chair right now interviewing Mike Dillard. Which was very cool.
That is surreal, right? But you had to put yourself in that position to win. And wow, so thank you for sharing all of that. I want to point out a couple of things. I just really want to pinpoint some of the stuff that you said, in your story there, that I thought was really impactful, and I think makes a really big difference. And in the difference between, I don't want to say all the rest of our members and you, but like the idea of everyone who wants to make money online, but then the people that actually do it. There is a difference, because I think if you ask literally anybody in the whole world, hey, if you could work from home, work on your computer, make money from home, just doing what you want on your computer, would you like to do that? I think the answer is yes, right?
Right.
It doesn't always. Right. So it's like, yes, of course, I want to do everything and make all the potential money that I could possibly make.
Make millions.
But, exactly, right? Well, income disclaimer, all will vary, that kind of thing. But truly though, and that's why we have to say stuff like this, because it doesn't happen for everyone. I think it's funny because you said 4 years ago. I always like to think, man, when I look back on my own story too, like I won't get into it because this is all about you, but literally there was a point like 8 years ago that I had the course in my hand that other people used catapulted their businesses and went on to be an 8-figure earner within like 4 years, which was like 4 years ago, right? So it's like, if I had just stuck with what I had when I was, man, where could I be? We all have that
Yeah,
thought,
absolutely.
but you're really smart, like how you kind of look at your journey. You said, well, first off, you said, I tried to make it work for a couple of months 4 years ago, right? And I wonder why it didn't work, because when you try something and you
Right,
don't
right.
try, of course nothing's going to happen. But at the same time, you also recognize now looking back that, you just weren't ready. You weren't in the proper mindset. You didn't have the personal development in place yet that would really allow you to get as uncomfortable as you did. Um, and I have to say, I
Exactly.
mean, it took a lot of courage for you to push aside, the status quo, of other people's expectations and sort of go against the grain. And that sort of personal courage that you displayed in doing that, I mean, it literally gives me like chill bumps, because that's the kind of courage that it takes to impact other people's lives and to show other people that they can create their own destiny. And that's why I love what we do so very much. And I really think that your story epitomizes that. And so, again, really, thank you for sharing. And I'm sure that this is resonating with a lot of people. So, guys, at the end of this interview, we'll definitely give you a way to reach out and connect with Vitaliy if you'd like to work with him more, or hear more about his story, or check out his blogs or whatever. So,
I'm the
um,
purple elephant.
you're the purple elephant. I don't know what
Yeah.
that means. What does that mean?
It means that you stand out from all the rest of the people around me.
Yeah,
You
well, you
know.
have to, right? You have
Right.
to. Well, and I think that's part of the other thing too. Like, I'm not sure how much of an outgoing personality you have naturally, or if that part of what you do in this
I'm
interview.
more of an introverted kind of guy, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I want to be in
Yeah.
the middle. I want to rock the stages, but also be the guy who meditates and kind of have introspection and love
Hmm.
being within yourself, with myself too.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, but it takes a growth there, right? So and I think that's the same story you hear from a lot of leaders as well, is that, you know, people think because like you get to this level and you're sharing and you're on stage and you're doing all that, you're just someone who loves to be there. Not really. I mean, like most of us, I think, would prefer to sit behind our computers and do our little thing, and and just make all the money. And we could, but at the same time, you can't impact people in that place. So you have to become the purple elephant a little bit, right? To get the success and help other
It,
people the way that you really want to.
it's every
So
single day you need to master this courage and step into the person that you want to be, and the more uncomfortable you get, the more money you'll make. If we summarize.
I know it's kind of weird how that works, but it's kind of cool there, right? So it makes us more courageous as human beings, which is awesome. So I loved the fact that you made the decision to come all the way from Israel. I think you may have won the longest flight competition. Um,
It was about 30 hours in one connection, changing flights.
That's a lot, man. And not talk, not even just the fact that you actually got uncomfortable enough to do that, the expense that's involved and everything. It's amazing though, because you made that investment in yourself. You made the decision to come to the event. And our event really is special in the industry. We really are like a family. It's awesome energy. We have so many amazing leaders and teachers, that we all get to speak from stage, the MMT, the EMT, and then we have guests. So like you got to interview Mike Dillard, and we had a lot of other major people in the industry that came and spoke. So um, with all that being said, you showed up as an L0 because that's where everyone starts. I
Yeah.
always love that you say, right, in the back office when you
It's
first
like,
get started.
why is all zero? How it can change? Let's do something.
Absolutely. Like, just that alone inspired me to get busy, right? Because I didn't want to do that zero in my back office anymore. And so but coming out of the event, I mean, you've really taken massive action. And obviously, you had a plan. You were inspired because you hit L1, L2, and again, I know you're on the leaderboards now, which means that you're very close to hitting L3. Which, guys, those are major leadership rank advancements, which means that Vitaliy has gone out and really impacted a lot of other people, shared what our community does, shared the value to the point where they're like, wow, I've got to get and be a part of this. And so therefore, that's, we're recognizing him as being all those things. So the leader that he is, the impactor of lives that he is, which is awesome. So anyway, tell us, what was it? What kind of sparked you? What was maybe the specific path or whatever that happened at that event that brings us here today?
Well, it's not necessarily what's happened in the event. It's your daily habits and routines. It's by this point I was just engrossed in personal growth and personal development. I think that mindset, your attitude, and the way you think, it's really everything. It's everything. It's literally all the successes hinges upon it. So the most important parts, I think, of the mindset that really made a big difference is, first of all, clarity. You need to really understand what you want, and you need to want it badly. You need to have a burning desire inside of you to get it. And also you need to have the kind of commitment to do whatever it takes to get to your dreams, no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes. Really burn the bridges and make a real decision. And then it comes down to having the discipline to really show up in the business, because the way you show up in your business really has everything. It makes all the difference. A lot of people are focusing on, I'm not making enough money, I'm not advancing fast enough, why I'm not getting enough sales. But if you just focus on how you show up in the business, the money part will take care of itself. So it's really about how you show up. And if you get focused, if you remove all of the distraction, really be obsessed about removing all of the distractions that are surrounding you, and be laser focused, like radically focused on your goal for the next 90 days, you will astound yourself of what you'll be able to accomplish. If you just put in the work, just grab your sleeves and stop being in this learning mode and start doing this doing mode, right? And you'll astound yourself if you amplify the best of who you are inside. And this is how you show up every single day as your highest self, and you bring the joy. You're really coming from a place of, you are having fun, you are here to change other people's lives, and you really like it, you enjoy it, and you have meaning, that you are creatively expressing yourself, that you are contributing, that this is what you want to do as a career, this is your vision, this is your passion. That's what will change everything for you, because you bring you to any kind of strategy that you are doing online. It doesn't matter if you're shooting a video or doing a Facebook ad or whatever it is that you are doing. It's not the strategy. It's not the strategy. Success is invisible. It's all what happens here inside. So what really changed for me is that allowed me to get so fast from being at L0 to L2, and now soon I probably watch it month later and say, why I keep saying L2? So I started connecting with more people, first of all. Before that, I was kind of thinking like I'm going to be the guy who is going to hide behind my computer. I'm going to set up those funnels, and people will come and they will buy from me, and everything will happen automatically, which is cool, which is great, which is what can happen, and it certainly happened to me. Not one time, many times, but that's not the place that you start. And if you think that you are going to automate the business before even speaking with your audience, with people who want to impact, without calling your leads, without picking up the phone, then this is delusion. Okay, you cannot build a business this way. And I've heard, I think, you need to get to the point of at least making $50,000 a month, of considering, okay, I'm not maybe going to call my leads anymore. But I focused on, those are not leads. Those are people with real problems, and they need help. And when the moment I switched my focus from focusing on me and my business and making money and being in this place where I need to make a sale, and I started focusing on, I'm going to invest in this person and looking at him as the lifetime value of the relationships that I have with him, and I'm going to focus on adding value to his life. So I'm going to see what he needs help with and how I can help him. You know, when people come to me, I'm not push them away because you didn't buy my coaching program or join my team, so I won't help you. Go and first buy something from me and then I help you. No, when somebody comes and they have a question, I help them, even though they are not clients, because I know they will be at a future day. If you don't buy from me right now, they will buy from me tomorrow, next month, or next week. You know, so that's how you want to think about that. And of course, I invest in myself without, you know, necessarily I had the money or I didn't have the money. I went to live events. You know, Live the Dream 5 was not the only event I went to. When I met those people who became millionaires, who were just regular people, and they became millionaires, and from all walks of life, from all different backgrounds, it amplified my belief in myself and my vision of what is even possible to achieve. So my thinking grew, my vision grew, and my confidence in myself also grew. And also, you know, what inspired me is to start this daily inspirational show for home business entrepreneurs. This has kind of kept me on track of creating value every single day in the marketplace, which we want to do. And it was like, in the name of the show is daily, you know, daily inspirational show. You cannot miss this part. I put myself in this position like I have to do it daily, even if it's Saturday, you know, because it's daily.
Consistency is critical, right? And so a couple of things that you've said that really then, I don't want to say made a shift for you. I would just say allowed you to propel your success even faster, right? In a way that other people obviously are recognizing because you're here. So you took the focus off of you and you made it about other people. You decided how you were going to add value into the marketplace daily. You committed, made a decision, not only when you put the books aside, but to show up daily in your business with your daily inspirational show, which I've seen on Facebook, which I think is awesome. And I think it's on YouTube and your blog and stuff. So cool. And that gives people a way to connect with you on a regular basis and see what you're doing. And you can kind of share your life, right? Like, because we're people. And the more that you put yourself out there and become vulnerable, when we do that, it allows other people to like come into our world and understand how we get paid to do the stuff we do, and so that they can change their life too. That's literally the process, and you don't think that's what it is when you first get started, right? I absolutely 100% agree. Everyone starts an internet business because what they're really looking for is like that Staples easy button to $1 million. And you know, they never want to talk to people, and they're like, oh, but you know, people
like David Smith, you know, I was inspired by this guy. I'm the king of never calling a single lead. And I thought, that's a great idea.
Yeah, and do that once your business is at a certain level, right? Or you have enough capital to do certain things. But the other piece of what I'm hearing is really kind of inspiring, because you're talking about adding value to other people, giving without asking from other people in return. And that is the shift that allows you, yes, internally you can make it about other people, but what are you really going to do for them in a leveraged fashion that's going to allow them to feel like you care about what they need and their needs and what they need to learn? And I think that's the gap that Mali System Pro fills, because we have so much free training, so many amazing resources, so many tools, and all of the step-by-step stuff to help people get started and what's required. And then we have our community that people can plug into so they don't feel alone, and that people aspect is really retained in the business side of what we do, because it's difficult when, like how you mentioned, you said you got, like, so April, you made the decision, and there were a lot of like bumps and swerves and things, that shiny objects that were really distracting you. And it's not normally, I would say the large percentage of people, they didn't burn their bridges, so they had only dipped their toe in the water. So they were going to try a home-based business. Right. They hit some of those snags, and then you don't hear from them for 4 years, right? And then they come back and they're a rock star like Vitaliy Dubinin. But that's kind of like a normal thing. But with Mali System Pro, we as members are able to give that value out into the marketplace without really having to do a lot of work. other than plugging in, understanding what we need to do, and then
Right.
having the resources of the community and everything that's in our back office. So yeah, so that's super cool. Man, thank you
Absolutely.
so much for sharing all of that. So much value, guys. I mean, I'm sure I literally was taking notes while he was talking. I love how you put a couple of the things that you said. You know, communication is key, and Vitaly's got it down. And I love the passion and how you share your vision, because at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. So, really quick, tell people maybe three quick tips about what would you recommend if someone's watching this interview, or they find this interview on your blog or my blog or wherever it is going to be on the internet. What would you recommend someone who's like, I think I want to start a home-based business, or I think I want to get on the internet? What are three quick things that you want to maybe share with them in terms of how to get started? And then we'll let people know how to connect with you.
I only have three? Oh my
Only
God.
three. I know there's so many. You have three. Yeah, tighten it up.
All right. All right. Well, first of all, you want to always work on your mindset every single day, no matter what. It must become more than a breakfast, lunch, and evening. You can miss out lunch, okay, but don't miss out on your personal development, on reading a great book, on plugging into My Lead System Pro, wake up calls. I have this app on my phone that I carry with me, that I just have all of those wake up calls downloaded automatically, and I'm not having my car moved until I have My Lead System Pro in my phones, or something like that, to inspire me, right? So you need to work on your mindset no matter what. You need to take it seriously, okay? Because this is what's going to allow you to step into the leadership role, to get uncomfortable when you need, and to show up in your business and demand more of yourself and demand more from other people. Until you decide to step up into leadership role, you're going to struggle. So mindset, that's number one. Number two is you want to work on specific skills that you want to master. So every single day you can plug into one of the webinars that in MLSP and choose one of the marketing strategies. Just focus on a couple that are really important. Like, for example, you can focus on video marketing, showing up on a video, which is a very important skill, in email marketing. You need to learn the fundamentals, how to do it, and that is definitely a journey, but it's all rests on the fundamentals. So every single day, work on some sort of a skill, and I guess it's going to be tip number three. You need to create content daily. You need to just create content daily. I don't care if it's going to be a blog post, if it's going to be a video, or even some Instagram post, or on your Facebook wall. But make sure it's good. Make sure it's something that your target market wants, that it has a lot of value in it. If you have a habit of creating content every single day, you'll become a better communicator. You'll become a better marketer. You'll become a better teacher. So you want to come outside of this learning mode. You want to take notes, take really good notes, and apply the information as fast as you can, but then also take this information that you're learning and then go and share it to other people. And you need to understand that you have value inside of you. You are probably devaluing what you know and the knowledge that you have inside of you. So if you're just going to be yourself, be more authentic, be more real with people, share stories, share of who you are more honestly, more authentically, who you are, what do you stand for in everything that you're doing, and then you put your spin in your own words, what you're learning from other leaders in My Lead System Pro or whatever courses that you're learning, and create content daily, then everything will fall into place. You will show up in your business, you will add value, and you will have this momentum. This is the only way that you can start getting momentum in your business, is when you do something consistently and focus on a strategy, a couple of things. It doesn't have to be a million things. Just focus down on the process of how do you generate leads and how do you turn a profit in your business. And if you're focusing on what you do, and figure out just process, what's the process, and you do it consistently. That's the key. Do it consistently, adding value. You will advance fast. And like I said, focus more on how you show up than how fast you advance. If you focus on how you show up, the advancement part will take care of itself.
Awesome, awesome. So much awesome stuff. And I just love your passion and I like how you express yourself. And this is why, you're getting the results that you're getting. I'm sure the people that are watching this interview can feel that you know what you want, you know where you're going, and you're ready to take other people with you. So, man, this is what we do here. This is what we're all
Absolutely.
about. So, congratulations again. I'm really excited to see where you're going to be in your business when we meet up at Live the Dream
The
6.
pool party.
I know, yay! You're totally qualified. Yeah, man. So we actually get to hang out in one of the co-founders' houses and his massive crib and have a fun
Yeah.
pool party only for people who have hit at least the L1 leadership rank. So that, my friend, is going to be a fun, fun, fun group of people. We're going to
Like
have
fun.
way too much fun.
We want you work hard, but we want you play hard too.
That's right.
That's what I say in the end of my daily inspirational show. You want to dream bigger and think bigger and play even bigger. And when I say play even bigger, I mean taking massive action, but also having fun.
That's right. I love it. I love it. It absolutely, it really, I mean, at the end of the day, like once you've tasted a little bit of success in this industry, um, your vision of what you can do just explodes. And so I know that you're totally there. So again, super pumped to see what you're going to be doing in 2015, my friend. So guys, make a point, go to the livethedreamevent.com. Check out the details for our next Live the Dream event. It will be this year in 2015. It will be in Austin, Texas, July 31st, August 1st, and 2nd. We always get there a day early and stay a couple of days later. We like to hang out and party
Wow.
and do awesome masterminding. So make a point to be there, guys. It really can have a massive impact in your business. So, Vitaliy Dubinin, please tell everyone around the world how they can reach you. I know you're in Israel, but everyone in the U.S. and Canada and anywhere else in the world can reach you because that's the beauty of the internet, sir. So, how can they find you?
It's very easy. They just go to profitwithvitaliy.com. You can see how my name is spelled here on this video. So just go to profitwithvitaliy.com. You can connect by Facebook through there. It's also like facebook.com/profit with Vitaliy and youtube.com/profit with Vitaliy. It's very easy. And I
Very
just want to live with that thought that, I believe in you and you have greatness inside of you. And I'm just a regular person. Patricia is just a regular person, and you can absolutely crush it in 2015 if you decide, if you commit that that's what you want. You can do it. English was
I
not
love it.
even my first language. I never spoke English in my entire life. I just recently started speaking, and my first video was horrible.
That's okay, right? Hey, we all have to start somewhere. And like you said, you only get better when you do it daily. And you do it daily because we got that show of yours every single day. So it's so cool. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the service that you give, not only to our awesome Mali System Pro community, but for people out there in the world as a whole. Congratulations for being chosen for the January 2015 Member of the Month, my friend. We'll be seeing lots